I went to sleep yesterday at around 9 o'clock, and because of that, I woke up at 3, and now I'm not tired and I can't sleep. It's 4 in the morning, but anyway, I am just thinking. I'm thinking actually about the head spins. The head spins. It's really strange though because there's a new trampolining park opened up just like a 5 minute cycle away from me. I found out about it about 2 months ago. I really wanted to go, but I kind of ended up just waiting like 2 weeks. And then I got a cyst on my back, and I was like, well, I can't go, and I don't want to be jumping and doing, when you do the back ones, when you bounce onto your back, or say if you're trying to do a flip, you end up missing and you end up hitting your back. You don't really want to be doing that if you've got like a pebble stuck in your back causing you pain. And then I waited until after the operation, and then there was all like this scar, and I couldn't go because I didn't want the scar to start like opening up more or whatever. And I think I'm not wearing plasters any longer, because I think I need the air to let it breathe. It doesn't look particularly great, but yeah, a scab is forming, but I still don't know if I should go trampolining because I don't want to get it like I don't want the sort of semi-evolved scab to start like coming off because it's still probably going to be quite deep. So I don't know if I should go. I want to go, but it is interesting how I love trampolining and the head spins that I've been getting in the last week. I think I've always had them. I've always had these, but like a small trampoline. Imagine you're just jumping and then you do a half turn and you come back. That's how I've been. I felt this way ever since I don't know. Whenever I start seeing connections with things on the internet and things I see, I do feel like a tiredness comes, and I do feel like I'm doing half spins. But in the last week, I feel like it's turned, and I feel like I'm just doing like full spins, even though my body's just still and just lying down. It does feel like every now and then I just do a full spin on a trampoline or something. Um, and I don't know. That could be the reason why I was sick so many times because of that feeling. But I don't really know. I know that I don't want to be drinking this week, and I don't know if it's going to go away. I still haven't heard anything from Big Brother or anything. Um, I feel like there's maybe a 10% chance I'll find out tomorrow. That's my guess. And then there might be a 10% chance on Monday. I feel like there's a high chance on Wednesday that I might find out something. I think that's probably the highest day that I would predict, just because I think that Michael Jackson video said that something's going to happen on Wednesday. But I don't know. Um, I think there's also quite a high chance if I'm time traveling, if my soul is time traveling and doing things, there is a chance that they might want to talk to me at the absolute last minute, which might even be as late as next Saturday, which I don't really want I don't want that to happen. But then I didn't want a lot of things to happen. Like if even I even had so many like fantasies about going into Big Brother with like my hamsters and having like a really strong bond with them, and people being like, oh, you've got the hamster to like you. Rubberoskis are quite hard to get. It's hard to get a Rubberosky to like you, and people who make videos about Rubberosky hamsters, they can be like, it's really hard to tame them, but you get a lot of satisfaction when you have tamed them, and I feel that way. The problem is with this rocket one that I've got. No, there's some hamsters they just don't like you and they don't want to have anything to do with you, and that's kind of what this one's like. And it's really bizarre because it doesn't really run around as well. All the others used to run around. You could go to sleep at like 12 and it'll be running on its wheel. You could wake up in the middle of the night at 6 or 3 or 2, and every single time you'd hear it running on its wheel. This one, I hardly ever hear it running on its wheel. It does do it, but it's probably like 2 hours a day. So it's a really lazy one. But yeah, um, that dream or fantasy, or should I say, is not going to be a reality of having having a hamster in there and having a strong critter. That isn't going to happen because this one don't like me. I think if I let it out in the house, it would just run away and I'll never see it again. So, but yeah, it's just annoying how it's annoying. Everything is annoying about this planet. Um, and yeah, but anyway, I like what Diddy's doing though. I like what Diddy's doing. Not that I understand quite what he means by off the grid, um, but because off the grid could just be like your love is off the grid because it's nowhere to be found. There's different ways of, but yes, I feel like he hasn't done much in the last 10 years. I don't believe. I think I did start following him like, only in the last year or something. Um, I don't know. I remember a few clips of there being Instagram posts where he's um, talking about God, but also very much describing God as being a male and not me, but being a bit confused as to if he knew about me or not. So I don't really know what to make of that. Um, but but I do like him, and I feel like he's doing stuff because he knows that my tribulations about to end. Um, but yeah, there is a possibility that none of the singers ever knew how long I would be ignored for, hence why they might have done what they did and always misled me into thinking that I only have a short time. Maybe they did that because they didn't actually know themselves. I don't know what they knew. I feel it very hard to believe that they've done all the songs that they did in the first few years of my tribulation, whilst believing that I was going to be ignored for 10 years. I mean, if that is the case, then I do hate them for it. Um, but yeah, I I don't know. I know that I like the singers that I found recently because I don't feel like I've just been bullied by them for 10 years. And yeah, Doja Cat is one of the newer ones, I would say, but the newer ones are ones that I'm more tempted to like because I don't feel bullied by them. Um, but yeah, does that mean anything's going to happen? Probably. I think it does mean that something's going to happen, but yes, I don't want it to be left till the last minute to find out. Um, but if you do, if you are planning on, I'm literally not saying anything until like the launch, that Saturday launch. I think it's semi live because it's going to be live, but it's like the day before. If you are planning on leaving it till that day, it would be nice if there could also be like stuff a few days, a week before, saying that there's one housemate hasn't that isn't aware that they are a housemate, because then at least I would be like, well, they obviously they do. I would see that as a big sign that if you are planning on waiting till the very last minute, it would be good if there is some sort of report, or thing that says that one housemate has not been selected yet and is going to be only selected on the last on the last day, because at least then I know to prepare for it. And I feel like right now I have to prepare for the fact that nothing might happen, um, because I'm confused about why Rylan's not in this. I think the reason why Rylan might not be in this one is because he might be in the next one. I feel like there needs to be two: one where I'm just a normal person, and then another one where I'm in a secret location, which could be the reason for the Off the Grid album that he did. Off the grid, as in somewhere where people don't know where I am. That might be an idea. Yes, what will happen there, I don't know. I'm trying to guess, and I can't really guess. Yes, what else to say? I don't know. I do want to go to that trampolining park. Um, I might go, but I might need to stick a plaster on just in case the scab. But I don't know. I want to prove that I have energy. I want to prove that I can do things. I feel like I'm just lying in bed doing nothing all day. And okay, one of the reasons why I feel like I'm lying with because of these weird head spins that I keep getting. But then again, I think I'm only getting the weird head spins because I'm watching the internet. And if I go into play a Big Brother house where there's no internet, the tiredness might go away, that the head spins might go away. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, maybe I just feel drained because people know about me, and my spirit or whatever is jumping out and doing things and then jumping back in a second later because it's time traveling, and maybe that's why I'm feeling so tired. Or maybe I'm just feeling tired because I've got nothing better to do. I get up and then I think, well, why should I get up? And then I go back to bed again because it's like, well, what's the point? I don't know. I do find it weird though that there's so many people that earn a living and they do it and they earn huge amounts, and then you just think, well, what's the point of that? What are you going to do with all of this? I don't know. Like, you can get a lot of satisfaction from just watching TV and learning things through the TV. And you don't, if you want to go to Thailand, you don't actually have to go to Thailand. You could just go on Google Maps and start doing a sort of hike with the Google Maps and stuff. And then you think, if that's what you're doing, then technically all you need is £50 a month to pay for your internet, and you can kind of do whatever you want. And but yeah, it needs to do things as well. But if you don't have friends, then it's just like, well, I can't do things because I have no one to do it with, and I'm doing them by myself. Well, I might as well just start hiking on Google Maps. But anyway.